Good morning, sweet world. Today is Friday, December 15th, 2023. On today's show, we have our usual question of the week, followed by an eighth. Good morning, sweet world. Today is Friday, December 15th, 2023. On today's show, we have, after question of the week, a video that's taken 8 months to make. A documentary started by Isaac, finished by Charles, a current HTV student. It's amazing. You can see why it's well worth the wait. Our next video is from Evelyn, another documentary, a nature documentary about the squirrel problem we have here at Hamilton Middle School. So check that out. After that video, we have Sylvan's 4-month masterpiece, Mortal Kombat with Sylvan and group. It was incredibly tedious and difficult for Sylvan to make it. Did an amazing job. Again, well worth the wait. And we will finish with Puppies, a dog biscuit treat cooking video that has just come out. So enjoy the show. Tuesday is our last episode of the 2023 year as we finish with our holiday special. Embrace the weekend, people.
Welcome back to Question of the Week. My name's Tony and I'm here with
Joshi.
And this week's question is, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
My house. I like my house. And I don't want to leave my house.
I would live in London because I really like all the museums.
I would like to live in the Dominican Republic, like a little hut right next to the beach because it's real quiet and peaceful.
Good answer.
Probably Greece because of like the cool buildings and stuff.
I will live in Australia because my aunts live there and I've always wanted to see a kangaroo in person.
Across the plains and forests of North America, through civilization, crowded with cities and neighborhoods, we find a small area separated from the rest. This is the natural habitat of the Medioscolus, more commonly known as the North American Middle School. The middle schoolers begin to congregate in a large structure, which is aptly named the middle school. They're dispersed in the rooms known as classrooms, where a different species, the primus educatus, or teacher, waits. These two species live in a symbiotic relationship. Middle schooler does work for the teacher, and in return, the teacher shows the schooler how to survive in the wild. However, this relationship is not always perfect. Medioscolus have a strange fascination with collecting strange rectangular objects, which they will stare at for hours on end. The primus educatus, however, does not share an appreciation of these objects. If they catch a middle schooler with one, the consequences will be dire. Around midday, the creatures congregate outside the structure. Some of them gather in groups and communicate in grunts and yelps. Others display dominance by challenging their kin to games of physical prowess. Here we find the creatures playing one of the most popular games. These animals, ape-like hands, can expertly handle the rudimentary object they bounce around in little areas. If they fail to hit the object, they lose. It is a fascinating miracle of nature that such primitive creatures have the mental capacity to do something like this. Afterwards, the hunt begins. The schoolers scout the area, looking for potential prey. With deadly speed and precision, they strike. If the hunt was successful the day before, they can eat what they saved instead of hunting. Some students are unhappy with their food, so they attempt to bargain with more successful creatures. Here we find one who has managed to trade their unappetizing carrots for a much more delicious morsel, Despite their sophistication, these animals are not without worries. As the sun begins to descend from its apex, a stampede begins. The creatures are jostled and pumped around as they try desperately to escape the chaos. Some run quickly to avoid the horde, but others are trampled beneath the avalanche of bodies, absorbed into the cascade. The dust settles. Many escape unscathed, but some are not so lucky. The day comes to a close, and the students begin to filter out of the structure. They head back to their personal habitats to sleep the night in solitude. They have another long day ahead of them.
Documentary is possible thanks to viewers like you. Thank you. In the grasses of a Madison forest, close to Hamilton Middle School, lies the Hamilton squirrel. Known for its very niche evolutionary capabilities, the Hamilton squirrel is renowned for its bluish-gray tinge to its fur, which is thought to have evolved to blend in with the shadows of the trees and also the school's color scheme. Another thing that the Hamilton squirrel has evolved to is very special bacteria in its stomach, which helps to digest the human scraps left over by unruly middle schoolers. Another thing that the Hamilton squirrel has evolved to is having family units when raising young, which is thought to have evolved from their close relations to ground squirrels. After that brief interlude, we focus back on our documentary. This is Squirrel 14, and she is one of the few catalogued Hamilton squirrels in the area. Here, she is running to a bush, and hides in it, perhaps sniffing in the air for something that is interesting. And now, we find exactly what that interesting object is. It's an acorn. Enshrouded in blades of grass, it sits. And if Squirrel 14 doesn't want to starve, she better be opportunistic about this opportunity. But overhead flies a red-tailed hawk, renowned hunters of squirrels. The hawk lands on a tree stump and looks to where its prey is hiding. The red-tailed hawk, for an overview, eats many things, including rabbits and previously mentioned squirrels, as well as small birds like sparrows and pigeons. And it also eats sixth graders for a little bit of extra protein. The hawk flies away from the stump, glides over the bush to where the squirrel resides, eating its acorn. The squirrel, seeing the hawk coming, engages into battle position. The hawk glides towards the squirrel with its talons outstretched, but the squirrel is nimble and deals not a fatal, but still painful, cut to the hawk. The hawk, seeing its chances aren't that great, flies away into the distance. And the squirrel, having won yet again, runs into the bushes to live another day.